What is up, everybody? This is John. It's 5280 here with Great Lakes Intercontinental Airport update number 21. Here got a real busy update, at least for the time being right now. Some cool stuff in here, as you might be able to see off to that back right side. But I also did a little bit of construction work to the airport. The last time we had a new layout, and for this time, I put in just some more details to that new layout. So I'll go through those here before we start, mainly with those new regional gates on the C concourse right here and the new mainline gates on the A concourse right behind us. I also just did a couple little nitpicky things like putting in new numbers with all caps. That's not really important, but anyways, I have a midnight time frame, so a lot of parked aircraft, which I figured was the only way I could really get a lot of planes into one of these updates. But my entire Delta fleet almost is in here, and almost my entire American fleet as well, because we have a bunch of grounded airplanes over there. This is a hub for both of them. So we're gonna go kind of explore the new parts of the airport real quick before we get into the update. First thing was there are now parking spots for these 5 gates here. The C47 string used to just be blank with the written in ones there. I did it. No other changes over there. Big changes over here. If you do remember, there used to be a runway right here. Now that's just a taxiway, and they also included a taxiway in there, so there's 2 taxiways out here. And then these are all gates now. We've got 3 regional gates here, which can take up to a 717. Then got 3 mainline gates that can take up to a 757 and a 757 gate here, as well as taxiways all around. Pretty much gonna park smaller main lines over here, but I wanted to have the ability to park big airplanes if I needed to, especially because I could make it work so that it took up a similar amount of space as the regional gates. And then I've added this jetway here with just a turn. Other than that, not much has changed. Oh, and there's a taxiway in here now too. And then that's all the changes I made. Kind of did it all last night before the update came out. And we'll get back to this parked aircraft here in just a little bit. We're going to start over here on our D concourse. All the way at the end, got an empty United gate, or 738 just left. And then we have a United A320 overnighting flight to Denver in the morning. Taxing out, we have our United Star Alliance 737-800 to San Francisco. Empty United gate. Then a United A320 pulling in from Newark. An Air Canada Airbus A319 overnighting to Toronto. Empty common use gate. Frontier A320neo boarding for Atlanta. Frontier A320 boarding for San Francisco. Spirit A320neo overnighting head to Houston in the morning, and then a Spirit A320 with Sharklets final boarding for Fort Lauderdale. Pushing back, so Volaris A320 service to Guadalajara. And then we have a Sun Country 737-800 overnighting. We'll head to Minneapolis. At the end here, a new airline for this D concourse. This is going to be its new parking spot. I like it over here. It's a Hawaiian A330-200. Canceled this morning, and tomorrow morning it will head out to Honolulu at about 10 a.m. All right, now we're going to go to our aircraft parking here. So I've taken over my new gates, of course. And our old runway here. As you can see, got a lot of aircraft parked over here. I'm just going to kind of go through. These are all grounded airplanes too, these 3. You know, their gates, got some regionals. Had to throw the MD-88 in there. And then the American side over here. I have 35 aircraft parked at this airport. It's all fictional, but actually would be pretty realistic if this wasn't a Delta and American hub. So we have about 35 aircraft parked here, or exactly 20 of which are Delta and Delta Connection, 15 of which are American Eagle. Just judging from the hub sizes, it kind of fit. I kind of just fit whatever I could. The only Americans that aren't out here are Specials. There's a Max parked back there. I just got a new A321 with one of this exact model. I got another one. scrounged it up online. That'll be in the next update. I didn't feel like putting it in just because it was going to be in the next one. And then there's 1A through 21 that's not in there. Probably should have put it in, but, you know, whatever. That's just kind of how this worked. But this coronavirus has really taken a hold of everything. It's made a lot of plans change. I was supposed to have a trip last week. Didn't end up happening. Would have been a cool one. Stuff's not happening. We're not flying out at school in North Dakota. It's a weird time, and I just hope that everyone can push their way through it, and we'll make it out. It's just a matter of when, and everybody stay strong in the meantime. Social distance, it's, I guess, what you got to do. But anyways, back to the airport update. I'm going to go over to this side here. Pretty busy, but nothing crazy. Delta's pretty much taken over everything since this is not one of the gateway airports. No international traffic's coming in and out, so except from Canada and Mexico. So kind of just got a Delta terminal over here. It's kind of cool to put smaller airplanes over at the big wide-body gates and really be able to use all the gate space. Delta's my favorite airline now that Virgin America's gone, but they've been one of my favorites for a long time. But so it's kind of cool to let them to take up the whole concourse with it. So anyways, I'm off my soapbox, done talking. Over here we got a Delta MD-90 overnighting Atlanta in the morning. Delta 757-300 overnighting LA in the morning. Pushing back to Delta A321. Aircraft's gonna head to Salt Lake. Then we have a Delta 737-700, which will be boarding for New York JFK. Delta Airbus A319 overnighting Minneapolis in the morning. Delta 757-200 overnighting Fort Lauderdale. Pulling into Delta 737-900ER on its way in from Portland. In the morning, it'll head to Las Vegas. Wow, I'm a mess. Then we got a Delta 757-200 boarding for Atlanta. Kind of cool with the smaller planes on the wide-body gates. For those of you that don't know, this airport is fictionally based in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Assuming that American has a very limited Chicago O'Hare hub, this is the main one for them. And then assuming that there is no Detroit Delta hub. Then we're going to go to our taxiway here. Got a Southwest 737-800 taxiing in from Oakland. Then we have a Southwest 737-800 pulled in, is going to overnight, head out to Dallas in the morning, the empty Southwest gate. And then we got a 700 overnighting LaGuardia in the morning. Delta Airbus A319 overnight headed to Kansas City in the morning. Another Delta MD-90 pulling in from Atlanta. Delta 737-900ER, just about to push back for a flight to Seattle. Then we have a Delta 717 overnighting Toronto about in the morning. Just on the taxiway here, pulling into gate A3 is a Delta 717. This aircraft is pulling in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and it'll be overnighting for a morning flight to Raleigh-Durham. Let's see, I'm just trying to, okay, here. Next up, we have a Delta 757-200 final preparations for a flight to Orlando. Then we have a Delta A220 C Series 100 overnighting Houston in the morning. Kind of cool how little space that takes up in the big gate, but wanted to use them up, and I kind of like doing it a little different for a change. On the taxiway out here, we have a Delta Connection operated by SkyWest CRJ 900 taxiing out for a flight to Indianapolis. Then we have an American 757-200 headed to Miami. This may be the last flight for the American 75, which is very sad they're retiring. I love the 757. Flown on a few American ones, and they're just really great aircraft. So very sad to see some of them start getting parked with this virus. Anyways, over to C Concourse, got an empty American gate. Then we have 3 A321s. The first one here, overnighting for Seattle. The second one boarding for Dallas. And the third one pushing back for a flight to Los Angeles. Next up is an American A319, which is doing a final boarding for Washington Reagan. Actually, that's not realistic. We'll say it's going to go there in the morning. Reagan has the curfew. Alaska Salmon 37, 737-800, overnighting to Seattle. empty Alaska gate. We have our Alaska A321neo San Francisco Giants pulling in for a San Francisco red-eye turn. A JetBlue Embraer 190 overnight to Boston. And then a JetBlue A320 Tartan Tail boarding for New York JFK. Empty American gate here. We have an American Eagle CRJ 200, which is operated by PSA, headed to Cleveland. Then taxiing out is a American Eagle SkyWest CRJ 200, taxiing out for a flight to Louisville. This is the last update for this aircraft as well. It just got sold to its new owner. I am starting to sell some aircraft, older ones that get used less, and just to kind of thin out my fleet. Since I'm not home, not doing updates as much, trying to sell some models. So if you are interested, DM me on Instagram or put down in the comments, and I can how to reach out to you if you're interested in getting some aircraft. I have a big list. Not going to get into it now, but I am selling aircraft, just you know. We have we have our empty 5 new gates here. Just they don't need the bus stair gates if we got the big ones. So then we have an American Eagle Republic UN75 just about to board for a flight to Pittsburgh. Pulling in here is a American Eagle CRJ 700 operated by SkyWest. Came in from Nashville, headed out to Montreal. Empty American gate here. Then we have an American 767-300 ER overnighting for Miami flight. The classic American livery 737-800 headed to New Orleans. And then an American Airbus A319 overnighting for flight to Philadelphia. Back to the A concourse for kind of switching up here with those gates being blocked, the regional gates, and some of those mainline gates. The regionals are operating on the main terminal as well. It's got 4 gates that have been operated by regional jets. First one's empty here. Second one, we have a Republic operated Embraer 170 pushing back for flight to Cincinnati. Another empty one here. We have an SkyWest operated CRJ 200. Endeavor operated pushing back for Milwaukee. Then we have an Endeavor operated, no, this one's SkyWest too. Jeez, sorry, I'm all confused. That one was Endeavor. This is SkyWest operated CRJ 700. Overnight in the morning, it will head to Midway. We have a Delta A330-300 spending the night here, head to Atlanta in the morning. And then a Delta 767-300 ER overnight here and head to Los Angeles in the morning. That concludes the update. This is always a long one for me. But I'd like to thank you if you made it to the end for watching. Got a lot of content coming out here since I'm at home not doing much else. But I would like to thank you so much to everyone for your support over the last couple of years. And I'm going to keep trying to bring you as much content as I can. I hope you're still enjoying it. If you are interested in buying some models, got some cool ones coming up for sale. So please check out 1400 model sales on eBay. Also, I can give you links from the comments or Instagram. We'll talk to you guys soon. I'll have another update here in a couple of days. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, everyone.